Hello everybody! Today a stream that is slightly different than usual. Instead of playing Warhammer, we're gonna do roleplay in the Warhammer universe. With me today, our beloved DM, Poison Ducky,
Hello,
Jay
everybody.
Phoenix,
Yeah.
and Raptor, the XMT memer.
Hey, the memes will be strong once again.
Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna try to make we're gonna try to make people proud, but I think they're probably gonna hate us and ask me to stop doing this because we're ruining the reputation of two games at once. Also, I had one thing to say, but I forgot about it, so I guess we're fine. I hope everybody is having a good day, and yes, I am a bard.
That's gonna be fun.
Okay, Ducky, do you do
All
your
right.
name?
So, allow me to paint the picture for this campaign. Has been a long journey since you've left the port of Marienburg. With countless stormy nights and rain-filled boots, you wonder how the Norskins of the North, or how Bordello deal with the naval travel. Nevertheless, it is your duty to weather the hardships of the Empire, as you are part of the Imperial Scouts. Being sent to an unknown land is no trivial matter. With land spotted just over the horizon, what adventurers will befall our party? Now, in terms of the pictures, you see, the party is going to be on an Empire naval ship. And we're going to go onto the ship to see how our characters look and what they do.
Hello.
Now, if you guys can zoom in, you guys can see the names of your characters, what they do, and if you guys would like to introduce each other, we can start left to right with. There you go. We can start left to right. So Bjorn, why don't you introduce yourself?
Right, so I'm Bjorn Reichshammer.
Wait, why is
I
my
come from
name
the
not
northern
right one?
part of the Empire. Been in the military, did some defense against the Norscan raiding parties, all the way up there. And I'm a standard human fighter. But there are some rumors going around that I may or may not have had an encounter with a vampire before. That it's also rumored that I've managed to kill a skin wolf, since my job in the Imperial Army was to be a halberdier. So you know, that big old bonus versus large is gonna be OP. And the last one is that I may or may not have been forced down there because of some questionable behavior.
Nice. So I'm Hella Peltzer. I'm a halfling bard, and I definitely decide by my own decision to get onto that adventure. It's not at all because I was forced here by judicial decision, which was either execution or entering this adventure as a very willing cartographer. Yeah, I'm a bard. I play several instruments, and I'm gonna enjoy this a lot. This will make me give me a lot of possible poems and songs that I can write about our achievements. Hey, Red Legion.
Okay. I am. I guess I'll do it in the voice he'll have. So I am Conrad Reeder. I am a grey wizard who's been trained at the Imperial Academy. However, I was recently kicked out, we'll say. Yes, for not producing any particularly useful research. However, I hope that my time on this expedition will right that.
Nice. Also, who is
Alright.
Spencer? Spencer?
I'll be your ship's captain.
Hello, Spencer.
Hello. We're we're going a few knots onwards to Lustria. Welcome. This is the ship called the Silver Bow. I see the Imperial Scouts are getting ready, and we should be making land soon. If you would head to the quarters, the Cartographer's quarters, we can show you what the outline of what Lustria may look like and what we have discovered. We see land? Alright, it's time to dock. As you see the crew, the Imperial crew begin to put down their anchors and put everything ready. The party goes, and you can see the map of Lustria. That has been ruled out. Now, if everything is working correctly, you should only see one hexagon in the ship for which you land.
It's because I haven't done my job just yet.
So, this is where are going to be landing positions, and of course, you're going to have to be setting up camp and setting up everything that is needed for this campaign of Lustria. So, yes, we're going to be exploring the jungles and the danger.
Claiming it for ourselves.
Yes, manifest
Yay,
destiny.
Motivation, yeah, I'm so happy to be here.
I'm not. I'd rather go back to the colder parts of the world. This heat, I don't like it.
Yeah, but like, I heard there are some money to be made here. For people.
Yes, but there's
of
money to be
superior
made up
intellect.
north too. And
Yeah,
it's safer.
you look like a really strong and intelligent young man. I'm happy to have you in our group.
If I was intelligent, I wouldn't be here.
And also funny. Good job.
All right. So, as you get familiar with the map and which ways you can possibly explore, you make land ho,
Oh.
and you begin
Not
starting.
lampposts.
I'm no
Is the
ho.
music being heard? Music? Can you hear the music?
Yes, I
Yes.
can hear the music.
Oh.
I don't know if chat can hear the music. Bye bye, religion. I'm sorry you couldn't be here. Hey, Anjad. Okay, so okay. I'm sorry. Just as it's the beginning, guys. I'm just gonna interact with chat one last time before I can't. So, yes, we're gonna start once every 2 Sundays. One Warhammer roleplay campaign based on D&D. Some edition. I actually don't know what edition this is. And yeah, it's just to add something different to the content I usually produce. So we have Jay, Raptor, and Poison Ducky as my crewmate, as my party, I guess. So there
As
you
your
go.
slaves, you mean?
Yeah, I didn't give you lots of opportunity to say no when I decided for you that you had to join. Okay,
No.
Chad, I am sorry. Instead of like usually, I try to interact with you as much as I can. When I'm doing this, I'm gonna act as if you don't exist. Okay, except maybe for some polls.
Yeah, absolutely. It'll be fine to interact with chat and stuff like that. But as you guys begin making camp over in the first instance of Lustria, you get to see what is your first camp. As everything's
That
bustling,
makes sense.
it's everything. The camp is bustling with activity. People are putting up tents. They're making up scouting positions. They're having like, what's it called? Shifts on who to watch. They're making sure nothing is too dangerous. In terms of the history, you would be one of the very first expeditions into Lustria with the Imperial Scouts. And out of one of the largest tents, you see a man that's hooded, holding a really great bow by his side. No, it's not Marcus Wolfhart. They're not. You guys are not that important, unfortunately.
One day,
Well.
I guess.
And you
Or
see.
Marcus Wolfhart.
Well, one day you'll meet Marcus Wolfhart. You'll be important enough for him. But today, you've got attention. My name is Dennis Price, and I will be your huntsman general for this expedition into Lustria. Now, we've got a pretty interesting party for us. We've got a halberdier, as looks like, as he begins to eye Bjorn, looking up and down. Halberdiers, yes, that'll be useful down here in the jungles of Lustria. Look at that bonus versus large, and that armor piercing. Be very useful indeed. All right, a grey wizard. An academic with us, it seems. Not really something I would expect going into the jungles, but if anything, it could be useful with your powerful illusion and spacious magic. And oh, look, it's a little halfling. I'm going to reduce your token. Look, it's a cute little halfling.
Hello. A pleasure.
I assume you're going to be our cartographer for the day.
And I also play the lyre.
Oh, you play the lyre? That'll be inspirational for the men. It seems like we've got an interesting group of people. Let's see how useful. Let's see, I have a letter from the Empire. Let's see if I read it. It's from Vilmin von Volskar. That's a lot of V's for a name. He decrees that you shall explore the jungles of Lustria and find the most exotic of items. Living creatures are allowed, as well as pelts and skins. Your actions shall be rewarded handsomely, and expect some reinforcements should your efforts prove fruitful. Good luck out there, remember, for Sigmar.
For Sigmar.
Sigma, yay!
Or Sigma.
Now, it seems our patron, Vilmin von Volksgar, will be paying for our expedition, and in terms of mechanics, the more you bring, the more we give you in turn back to the Empire. Be careful, though. We don't know too much about the natives here. I hear there's a wanderer of sorts.
Natives?
Be careful.
Wait, they are natives here?
Yes. There's
What are you
going to
talking
be other living beings. Things that are not like men. Not like halflings either. Not even like a dwarf. Not the Dawi. But
Oh no, elves!
yeah, it could be an elf.
no.
This sounds
Luckily,
scary.
we're still by on our way over here. We got some supplies, but it's okay. We hear there's going to be lizardmen, so be careful out there. And remember,
So
stay safe.
that's why you wanted the damn halberdier.
Yes, halberdiers are very good against large units, it turns out.
Yes, totally.
I have a sickle and a hammer, so don't worry. I can fight too.
I can.
You
speak
better
some
stay
of that.
behind us, I think. That's smarter.
Now, in terms of information that has been set before you, there has only been one scouting party put before you, and we have heard no contact. In terms of the map, you can decide which directions you want to be going in the map of Lustria, what kind of things you'll be looking for, and how you'll bring it back to the Empire.
Okay. Can we go back quickly to the other party disappeared, please? Is it what? Can
Yes.
we talk about that a
Those
bit?
previous party was sent over to Lustria, and we've had no contact with them ever since. It was a group of just a few state troopies. They have not much firepower, few swordsmen, spearmen. They didn't have the might of the halberd, obviously. A few huntsmen and archers as well. We've lost contact about south of here, and according to our maps and compasses. We're not sure how to make contact, but it's not necessarily your job to find them. Although that would be nice.
Oh, they're dead.
Don't say that.
Wait.
Okay. They might
They
Probably
are
go and
100
find them. I mean, more manpower is more manpower.
Hello, I hate to inform you, I've studied this region. They are 100% dead.
So wait, if you have studied it, what can you tell us about this place?
It's
I need to
very
know what I'm
difficult.
walking into.
Well, I'd say anywhere past this camp is your 90% chance of death.
Why did you
Right.
join then? I wasn't aware
Okay.
of the risks when I decided willingly to join this adventure.
Yes,
Luckily
same. I
with
mean,
me, we've reduced it to around 80% chance of death.
Oh, okay.
You're with
why
the Imperial.
didn't they give us this info when we willingly came here? Huh? I mean,
Yeah.
that's just
Willingly.
bad planning.
Are you not here for the glory, the trinkets, the lizard trinkets? Yes. Bring them back to the Empire. It's okay if you don't survive as long as you bring back glory and stories. As long as the halfling survives, right?
Yeah,
If she
I
can
mean,
tell you a beautiful story about your passing, like,
Oh, yeah,
all for
I do odds and chance at your passings, your glorious passings. Don't worry about it. I'll be there for you guys.
and a quick
Right,
note,
well-
this is, by the way, you said it earlier, this is 5th edition D&D, and most of the party is going to be leveled up. Everyone is level 3, I believe, so in terms of combat stats, for those of you that are actually, like, familiar with D&D mechanics and things like that. So, we're going to go choose which direction you want to go. May Lustria be in your favor.
I think our cartographer needs to make this decision since she knows what's good.
There's going to be 3 hexes you can choose. since this is your landing spot, I'll be pinging here. There's 3 sides that have land attached to it. This side, and this side. The information that you have is that on the south side, around this direction, a missing party has been spotted. While
Okay,
over
so
here,
not
you
there.
do see a river that might lead somewhere.
Sorry, what was that?
Say that, puppy?
Oh, just and let's not go in the direction where people disappeared. That doesn't sound like a very
Well, I mean,
safe choice.
we should, because it's more manpower. We need the men, because we are not gonna get any men in a long time, if I know the Empire correct.
Well, what was to the east again? I didn't hear the first bit.
To the south, we've got a possible missing party, which 2
Yep.
directions that you could lead to. On to the west, we've got a river that may lead us deeper into the heartland of Lustria.
My vote is to follow the river, because that way, at least we know if we go back, we won't be lost. Like, I'm obviously an experienced cartographer. This isn't at all the first time I've ever done that, so we shouldn't get lost. But just in case, maybe following the river seemed like a good idea.
Well, you decide. I'm just here as hired muscle.
Did we have horses on the ship?
I can't ride a horse, though.
You will be traveling on foot for the... If should you prove useful to the Empire, you could get horses and possibly even war wagons. As of right now, we're a measly scouting expedition. Maybe sending more things back home would get you horses. I can't wait until I get my war wagon mortar.
Sure. Okay, well, if I'm the one deciding, we follow the river. Definitely.
All right. That sounds great.
Does our expert about this place have anything to say about that decision?
Grey
Mr.
Wizard?
Grave Wizard?
I suppose it's a good idea. I am wondering, have any creatures been spotted living alongside this river?
Scout says there's reptilian contacts. We're not exactly sure what they are. Possibly
Okay.
smaller, nothing too large to the point that we've had open conflict. Everything has been very wary of our surroundings. Everything's quiet. A little too quiet.
We haven't made
River,
any
would we
enemies
go?
at this point. Everybody is potentially friendly towards us, right?
Or potentially enemies, that depends how they look at it.
In the jungle, madam.
Okay.
Anything can be dangerous.
Wow. Thank you. Well,
Hell, you could get a disease from just getting bitten by a bug. I
don't
lost a
think that.
hunt
Okay,
the
that
other
is
day.
the worst pep talk ever. Okay, let's just not
Hey.
go there.
I'd rather you come back alive than come be sad when I send you out.
Okay. Thank
Well,
you.
if we do die, you just get more people, so you don't really care. The Empire. Wherever it is, always the same. Let's
Alright.
get going, I guess.
So you choose to go down the riverside to try to explore. I gave you, if you see, I did give you a little bit more vision on the hexagon as you're going to be exploring. We can reference this map as we go back and forth. Now, as you are going to be scouting in the jungles of Lustria, who would like to lead the party, and what kind of formation would you like to use? I'll use the camp. I can do left to right in terms of who will be in the front. Left would be front, back would be right. You can guys determine your positioning and how would you guys be tracking things, exploring? Will you be making survival checks? So who would like to make them?
The guy
Is it
with the
survival
armor?
checks?
Maybe the guy with the big weapon and sturdy armor should be in the front.
Yeah,
I would agree.
I think I can.
Yeah.
I know how to survive up in the frozen lands. This should be fine.
Exactly. Yeah, definitely. You will survive, no problem. You're not taking any risks.
Okay. I'll go in the middle.
No, I'm in the middle.
Okay.
We can have our bards be in the middle.
Yeah, I think that's fine. You're behind me, and Bjorn is in front of me, and yeah, I think we should be safe if we go like that.
All right, that sounds good. Now, who among you would like to make the survival check as you explore the jungles of Lustria?
Who
The
has
survival of 4.
Okay, I'm gonna look at my quickly at my sheet. Where is survival?
I have a survival at the bottom, puppy, of your skills. I have a survival of 1, so I feel like I shouldn't do
Oh,
it.
I have 2.
Okay, so I'm gonna be making them since I got 4.
Yeah.
All right, we've got a survival. All right, so good luck
Do I
out
just-
there. Make
just
sure you
press
come
it
back
now,
to
or-
us alive. As you begin starting your expedition down the river, please make a survival check, Raptor.
Prepare for the natural 1.
9.
I
Nice.
need a
good, right?
9 is it's below average.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
This should prove
so
interesting.
long, Björn.
All right.
Look, I'm not used to the heat of this place. I mean, the
Yeah,
sweat
your
gets in my
armor,
eyes. This
yeah.
helmet is really damn hot. Okay.
Yeah, you also have no peripheral vision, so
Yeah. It's kind of hard to see.
So as you start trekking along the sorts of the river in the jungles, you hear just the ambient sounds of just what seems to be just bugs littering everywhere, and you hear little squawks like a as you maybe it could be possibly animal. You don't actually know too much in terms of, unless Conrad would like to make a educated guess on it. But as you look forward, you do see yourself. You see some large tracks that are so large that you most definitely, no matter how blind you could be, you could not miss by any means.
okay.
Now,
Alright, so
It's
with these
probably
tracks,
just a
I'm thinking
prank.
we need to run away.
Yeah.
That's my thoughts.
it's like a 3-toed. You see 3 large toes in the tracks, and it seems to be quadrupedal.
Okay.
Okay,
If
well,
for
walks on 4
example,
legs.
like how many halfling long is it?
Between the front tracks and the 2 tracks, it would be like 3 to 4 halflings long.
Okay.
That is our new unit of measurement.
yeah, we're gonna count in halfling. Okay.
Can we make a survival or nature check to determine how fresh these tracks are?
Absolutely.
Okay.
You can use any sort. You could, if you want to use investigation, that could work as well.
Be good for me. Okay, I'm going to investigate to see if I can work out how fresh they are.
Yes.
A 21 on investigation. Very good. So as you peer at the tracks and you see how deep it is and how there's almost no weathering on the tracks, these tracks are relatively fresh within the day.
Oh dear. Well, whatever's been here, it's been here recently.
Yeah, but it's gone now, right?
Well, one day, probably knows the jungle quite well. I worry we're entering its territory.
Wait, just a quick question, Conrad. Where does that wisdom of the jungle come? Is it your second trip? Did you go on vacation here recently?
Well, I've never been here before, but I've read many books about the place, and I believe I can communicate somewhat with the inhabitants.
Oh, that actually would be useful. I have
So
the
hold on,
language
let
of
me get this
music.
straight. We know nothing about the place, but we still know something about the place.
Yeah.
Well, we've read about the place.
You've got common knowledge. I'll say this: you guys do have common knowledge that Lustria is filled with lizardmen, but you don't the Empire is not super educated, and the normal Imperial citizen would probably not know who Nakai the Wanderer is or who Gorok the Great White Lizard is. They just know you're just a lizard.
Okay.
Okay.
Salamundi,
Yeah.
Krokgormundi, etc., etc.
Okay. That makes sense. What? Do we walk or?
So yeah, you've determined the tracks. You've determined that it's been close. It's up
Do
to
we
you what you
need
do
to
next.
follow it and see what it is, see if we can see what it is.
You can try. Just continue going down the river, ignoring it. You can try to follow the tracks.
No,
up to you.
no. I mean, I strongly vote. We're here not to. I'm here to cartograph things, right? I'm not here to go hunting against something that probably could eat us all. I'd be for avoiding, like, if we can go in the opposite direction, actually that'd be perfect.
The opposite direction
cross?
would be back home.
Oh,
Can we follow the river on the opposite side to the creature? Or how big
Well,
is
do you want to cross that river? I'm thinking
How
there's
big
gonna
is
be
the
something
river?
hidden in the waters.
Well, that's true.
wait, maybe
We
there's
can
a
stay on
place where
this
we
side,
can
closer
try...
to the riverbed, probably.
Yeah, maybe we can try to see if there is a place where we can cross safely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
do that.
Like we can,
Oh.
yeah, advance a bit. Also, I just
Yeah,
saw a mosquito that was literally the size of my head, so that's relatively scary.
So as you begin trekking through, you're looking for a waterfall crossing, and you actually, oops, I was a little ahead of myself. But as you begin crossing, you see there's like stones across an almost like a short waterfall that goes at the base of the river.
Beautiful.
Something that's like there's maybe a chance that you can go hop across the stones going into the jungle on the other side.
Like, do we have to
I may
jump
have spelled it.
far
have
to be? Like, can we just walk from stone to stone, or do we have to jump with the risk of falling in the
Well,
water?
for maybe the humans in the group, it would just be like stretching your legs out a little bit. For the halfling, on the other hand, ooh, it might be might have to do little hops.
Björn,
Yes.
will you carry me, please?
Well, hang on.
Well-
I may have a spell.
Oh,
I mean, we can't just pick her up and throw her over the river.
no, halfling
that's
throwing. It's illegal, okay? It's actually illegal.
Technically, there are not really any laws out here.
Oh god. That's really ominous.
But yeah, you said you had the spell. What
Yes,
would...
I have the floating disc. Could we all get on the floating disc and cross the river that way? Oh no, it's immobile. No, I actually can't do that.
I have a. Actually, I have a spell. Maybe. Wait, do I? I might have a spell myself. Feather fall? No, I just don't take damage as I fall, but it doesn't make me an actual feather that can be blown by the wind. Yeah, no. I'm sorry. I'm used.
Alright, I can carry you and maybe I'll throw you the rest. If there's a bit of a more difficult step, I will throw you on the other side of the river.
Okay, can you kneel so I get on your shoulders, please?
Alright, get up.
Thank you.
Simp. All right. As Bjorn gets on his knees to try to and picks up Hela, seems fairly comfortable. Halflings are not very heavy, or at least this one's not very heavy. It's not like the potbelly halflings you see in the other Warhammer universe, but and it seems rather comfortable. Are you ready to try to go across the river?
I
Yes.
think we are.
We're all
Right, and
gonna fall off and die in session 1, aren't we?
yeah. So please roll for strength acrobatics. If you roll 1, you die. No,
Oh god, I'm the only one.
you don't have to roll puppy.
Okay, cool.
You can either roll athletics, acrobatics.
Oh no! I'm gonna have to cast Featherfall very quickly, I feel.
All right. What about you, Born? 12. All right. It actually wasn't like the DC, which is the challenge, was actually very low, as you guys were humans. And Bjorn, as he starts skipping, he's literally just with a skip and a step and a happy little. He's carrying Hela across the river, and unfortunately, the old man by the side of the river is like, "Oh,
I'm too weak.
Do you need help to cross this river, old man?
Help me, Bjorn!
like quite almost actually." Let me do this. So, just give me 1 second as I give you a painting. Come on, reduce the token size. Come on.
We trust you, okay?
Bjorn, I can't
This
hold
thing.
on any longer. do we?
Okay, I'm gonna have to throw the halfling the rest of the river.
Can I?
Yeah.
Oh, I could actually jump from your shoulders.
No, I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna
throw you.
jump.
It's more
No,
fun
I'm
for
jump.
me.
I'm gonna jump. You can't throw me. I'm jumping.
Right, jump fast because the old man is in desperate
Okay.
need of some help.
I'm gonna try jumping. Give me a second.
Oh, this is gonna go badly as well, isn't it?
Wait.
Alrighty. So as you begin crossing the river, and you see
Holy shit.
I jump from your shoulders.
and
There are a
Hella
bunch of-
makes a
bunch of
beautiful
teeth in the trees
somersault.
holding up tents.
A beautiful somersault as she lands like a cat on her feet onto the side of the jungle floor, and Bjorn is now no longer has a halfling on his shoulders. Conrad over here is stuck in the mud practically.
I will go have to go and help him, so I'm gonna have to make another athletics check.
Yeah, why don't you do that?
Sorry.
17, that's good. So I'm going to move you back a little bit closer, but Conrad, would you make a perception check for me?
Oh god.
If you get another natural one, I'm gonna be very disappointed. Oh.
Oh shit.
So long,
Oh.
Conrad.
That was a mistake.
So as Conrad is stuck in the mud looking around, doesn't quite notice anything really happening, other than maybe a few squawks in the air. And Bjorn successfully helps Conrad back onto the shore of the jungle. Now you're traveling on the northern side of this river.
It's gonna
Actually,
be
let's look at
a
something.
long day for me. If I need to carry both of you around every damn place there's a bit of terrain.
Yes.
Well, my clothes are wet. We both have it hard. Stop complaining.
Yeah, the halfling is the true winner here.
Yeah. Yeah. If there is like terrain at all, you'll carry me, right? I think
Yeah.
that's a good trade. Yeah.
Well, before we go, I'm gonna take off my helmet and take some water on my face to cool myself down a bit after that, all that walking in the heat.
Alright, so as you begin taking a rest near the other side, it becomes apparent that the squawking becomes louder. You hear almost like a screech as of some really loud creature seems to be coming, and it seems to sound above you.
I roll over and hide under like the foliage.
Alright, make a stealth roll.
A stealth roll? Okay.
Yes, please.
What the fuck is? There you go.
Yeah, it's pretty decent. Halflings are small and they're kind of hard to see. So as you hide under the foliage, you see.
I'm gonna be looking up to see if I can catch a sight of what that is.
You make your first contacts.
Is it within 30 feet? Or is it higher than that?
They're higher. They're like within, I would say, in terms of, they're probably like 40, 50 feet above you.
Oh dear.
You see winged creatures above
Can you see
you.
anything on the winged creatures?
You do, why don't you make another perception check then?
I will do.
You do not see any dark shades or anything that seems to be on top of the winged creatures. And as they begin flying above what seems to be, this would be the direction that you hear the squawk.
I've got a bad feeling about this. I'm gonna get my halberd ready just in case.
I have an excellent feeling about this.
Well, I don't share your optimism.
I make no sound.
At least our bard seems to be safe and comfortable.
So you guys are just going to be looking at them, yes? And with the exception of the bar, just like trying to sneak.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, for now.
All right.
I'm never gonna hit him with my javelin.
All right. So, wait, what'd you say?
I was never gonna manage to hit them with my javelin.
All right. As they seem to notice you down on the river basin, and they get lower, and they start actually circling you almost. You do see that there's no rocks in their claws as they're flying. You can clearly see under them at this point. And they become getting closer and closer, and they become circling you. It's as if they're trying to do something.
Oh, okay.
How would you
Why
like
do I feel like we're prey at the moment?
I'm.
Any suggestions, Conrad? Just throw javelin and see what happens, or?
Well, we don't want to like make them think we're a threat.
Well, at this point, I'm pretty sure they either see us as food or threat.
Why don't we try and deceive them?
From
can try.
under the foliage, I try to make appear a big bear, like a big bear. Can I do that?
With silent image? Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. How do I do that? Do I need to
you would
do
use
a
the spell?
check? Oh, I just
No,
use it.
you just use the spell and a bear will appear essentially.
Okay,
Ooh,
I want the
can I-
bear to be like kind of monstrous, like not just a bear. Maybe it has horns or something like that. Something that makes it, a horned bear with really long fangs and blood flowing from its mouth.
All right, so
And I make it
that.
appear like 5 feet away from Björn and Conrad.
Can I use this to give it some sort of bear-like growling sounds to make it more believable?
Absolutely.
Okay, wonderful. We'll do that then.
So as two of the casters begin working together to create a bear, you see the head of the bear kind of form. I'm kind of zooming it so you have better emphasis
shit,
on it.
That's huge.
Yeah, that's a huge bear.
But
that's a
you
big
see a large matted bear with what seems to be horns, and it makes a large as you hear that happen, and then the pterodons actually have no idea what this creature is. They have never seen anything like this, and seeing such a large creature, they begin to no longer circle you, and they bugger off.
Yay!
Well, that went well. Well, at least now we know we can do that if we're in trouble. Try to scare them off.
Yeah, exactly. See, guys, I didn't hide. I was just preparing my spell to save you both. You can thank me later.
Is Silent Image a level 1 spell? Oh yeah, it is.
I actually
yeah.
deduced it from my spell count because I remembered.
Good job.
Nice.
And you can, by the way, Silent Image is like a 15-foot cube. So actually the bear can even be bigger. It would actually be around like this size.
Oh god, oh that was a
that's
huge bear.
Big bear. Yeah.
Yeah, with that out of the way, it seems like you have successfully navigated your way around in an encounter. And yeah, how would you like to continue?
Well, now we know that they looked pretty aggressive before we scared them off. So, yeah, the wildlife around here seems to be pretty seeing us as prey. Even though we have a big guy with a halberd, they don't seem too impressed.
Maybe that's why our hunting party got killed, because they were not
That's
seen as
cute. Okay.
important.
Maybe they're in a farm upstate.
Well, have we seen enough for today, or do you want to keep going down the river?
I'm not staying just at the place where we almost got killed.
I think we should. I think is this path actually there on the? Can we actually see this path?
It's not really there. It's this jungle hasn't been touched by man in ever, really.
Well, let's continue down the river then.
Yeah. How
Yep.
late is it at this point in the day?
I would say midday, almost reaching into afternoon.
Okay, I think it's time for lunch.
Wait, you just said you didn't want to say where we got almost
And
killed.
then I remembered I was hungry.
Yeah, I mean, we can eat something.
Okay, good. Do
I
we
am
have
kind of
food,
hungry
by
after
the way?
carrying you to over that river, but
Yeah,
yeah.
there you go. Do we actually have food? Did we bring food in that adventure, or do we have to take
Yeah.
it of the wildlife?
So overall, you would have your own rations and everything like that. It's not too much of like a very important mechanic in this
Okay.
campaign. But so if you guys want to have a rest, you can actually have rest anytime you really want to, and etc. like that. So we can use this same map in terms of orienting yourselves. But are you going to make like a little camp, or are you just going to just have a
eat.
quick sit, eat one of your rations, and get out?
We'll eat a ration. Well, I'd say we should eat a ration and continue on.
Yeah, I'd say quickly eat and then get moving again.
Mhm,
I don't
that's-
like being stationary for too long.
No, that sounds like a good idea. Actually, I agree with that.
And I feel like the smell of our food could attract something maybe a bit more dangerous than those flying things from earlier.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
we do need to get moving afterwards.
It's a
yeah.
good observation.
Okay, let's eat quickly then. Though I can't eat while moving, just so you know, it's important that I sit down when I eat.
Yes, obviously. I mean, comfort is everything.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. So we eat. Conrad, do you have like good stories of your long life while we eat? I like eating to a good story.
I'd rather not discuss that, but I do have information on the jungle. I know all sorts about the plants and wildlife of this place.
Oh, okay. Do you know
How many of them
is-
will kill us instantly?
Yeah,
Most of them do involve how they will kill us instantly.
okay.
Yeah.
Some
know
involve
what's
how they will
edible?
kill us slowly over a couple of days.
Oh, nice.
That sounds even more fun.
Like, do you know what we can eat and not from like the plants?
Can I do a survival check to see if I can work this out?
Yeah, absolutely.
Conrad didn't really study the wildlife. He more studied the peoples of this place.
Yeah, you can try. Actually, that would be more like a history check, wouldn't it be?
Well, I was just gonna like see if I knew which plants.
Oh yeah, so your survival check could work. So
No idea.
as you begin sort of like ruffling through the leaves and trying to find a plant that's edible and what's not edible, what is edible, you just see like leaves. It's just all vines to you.
I would advise we eat nothing.
Thank
So
you
what
for
you're
the
saying is we
service.
got no clue.
Yes.
I respect that. Someone that actually admits when they don't know.
Yeah, I mean, that was
Well, one
basically the
false
one
move.
thing you were useful for, but yeah, sure. And thank you for
Well,
the
one
follow,
false move in the
Riangen
jungle.
the Grunt. Sorry, my character just randomly starts pouting, thanking people that are on there about subs and gifts and following.
Right. So we can say about your meal would probably be over, and as far as you guys know, nothing seems to be on the way. You have opened. You've had your snacks. You had your beef jerky. Be it. I don't know if you're vegetarian or not.
I'm actually vegan. Thank you very much.
All right. If you're a vegan, I'm sorry. You had your tofu jerky. Got it. And you make your way through the jungles once again as you begin going. Now, this is actually what I'm going to be using a different mechanic over here. Tell me when this loads in.
It is not.
Oh, is it source lighting?
Oh yeah. I mean it's all black, which I think
all
is the
black.
point. Oh no, it's not all black. On the side we can see a bit.
Oh, okay,
Oh,
yeah. it
okay,
is,
okay. Yeah,
it's
I'm
awesome.
gonna go down and zoom again.
This is a large map. Just letting you know.
Yeah.
Roll20 doesn't like big maps.
Where is the greens like the? That's the. That's the river.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So do we want to follow the river again? And get back to it?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Would be good.
Righty. Well, get back in the middle, little one, where it's safer.
Yeah. Also, Björn, while we were just walking, you sound really depressed right now. Why? Aren't you happy to be strolling through the woods in such adorable company as Conrad?
Well, let's just say that I'm more of a guy that prefers the colder temperatures to the warmth. And also, I don't like charting unknown lands where everything could kill you in days or minutes.
Yeah, that's sad, but okay.
But the company is not bad. I've had worse.
Thank you. I guess.
As I
review.
So, a few things I want to clarify. Your vision is not shared. I repeat, what you see with your token, the other players cannot see. You can move your token. This is kind of like an exploration as you move deep through the jungles. I will be explaining to you the sounds, the senses that you see as you go deeper into the jungle, and you can use the images you can see down here as sort of reference points. Don't mind that little trap right there. I was a little bored. All right. So as you go exploring, and make sure to communicate with each other, because remember, you don't share vision. You only have a limited vision, and your senses could betray you.
I'm always just behind Björn, so...
And you guys are moving your tokens, not I.
Okay. Björn?
Well, I'm gonna be heading up this way, close to the river, I think, about
Okay.
10 feet.
Okay, I'm following you.
Well, so far I can't see anything else, which is nice, so let's keep on moving.
Fear of the unknown. Get a hold of you.
Oh, I don't like this. I'm not gonna cross this river, I think it's...
Well, we just crossed it, right? So maybe not cross
Yeah.
it
You're on the
again.
other side, so it wouldn't... Yeah. It's the same river you guys been traveling upon.
Okay.
Well, let's go to this direction, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, you could move a bit faster, though. I mean, I have small legs and I'm bored following
Yes,
you.
I like to be safe, but yes, alright, I'll move far.
There you go.
I
okay.
may or may not see some remains of a spider and some nice shrooms.
Yeah.
Well, instead, spider. Good.
I'm gonna...
Yes.
Okay.
As you begin, stop right there. As you
sorry.
begin traveling through, you see almost like a weary mist begins creeping into the forest, reducing your visibility a little bit. But you hear in the north, I would say this direction, you hear the screamings of a Quack! Quilestor Skinktar!
Oh, good.
Hello?
Yes, Conrad,
Right.
you're up. What does it say? What does it want? Is it a threat?
Can I translate that? I speak.
Since you speak, Lizardman, you hear what seems to be the speech of Skink screaming, grab hold of it.
Oh dear.
Are
Oh,
you translating
wait.
for us, Conrad?
Yes. Well, I would transfer.
They're saying to grab hold of something. I'll try and speak to them. Then I'm gonna go.
Yeah,
Hola, skinks."
it might be useful to get whatever they're wanting. You know, treasure.
Yeah.
They may mean this creature on the ground. We should grab hold of it.
Yeah, they said... Did they say anything about us, though? Like, did they
As
say...
you begin,
them?
you hear thrashing as well.
Oh, God.
Oh, I believe they're having some troubles of their own. We should go and help them.
Yeah,
Alright,
sure.
so I'm gonna move closer.
I'm, like, giving them a little head start.
Let's move. Yes, and
Oh Christ! I just saw something in the.
oh
Holy
no!
shit!
Right.
I can't see anything.
There is. Okay.
Uh-oh.
Oh, good lord!
As you guys get into view, you see what seems to be 3 skinks grabbing hold upon a Bastillodon, trying to grab hold of Skinka, Krika, Gatstupanka, Bastillodon. And you see they begin trying to grab it, and they try to put it into position, as if they're trying to put something on it or trying to hold it down for any serious reason. And the skinks do notice you, and they look as skink and and the Bastillon begins thrashing, and it actually just it straight up throws a skink.
No.
No.
Skink! No! You see like they're like getting a little distressed as they begin grabbing upon the Bastillon.
Where is the one that got thrown away?
That's a good question.
We do not know.
We can't see
It
that
just disappeared into the moon.
You see the skink running back to try to grab hold of the Bastillon.
Oh, okay.
Skinka!
I was worried for a
I
second.
think we should engage it because that creature is clearly hostile, and we need to help the local wildlife.
Yes, we should endear ourselves to them.
Sure.
So I guess we engage it then.
All right, so you would like engage?
Can I try? I'm gonna try and cast suggestion on it.
I'm gonna move up in range to use the big old halberd if it's needed.
So you need to have your token selected when you roll initiative, I think.
Wait.
Look at those micros. They're beautiful.
Wait, I'm sorry. I'm
Yeah,
sorry. This is all
at
new
some
for me
point-
still. There you go. Wait, did I
And
do-
please, everybody, roll initiative. Yeah, you did it just fine.
Yeah.
I'm
Some point
doubled
I'll
up,
take
but it's fine.
an initiative.
Okay.
All right, this is going to be your first combat encounter,
Okay.
and we're going to be starting not with the Ankylosaurus. It says Ankylosaurus. It's actually a Bastillodon. They're the same thing.
It doesn't say anything
can't
for
see
me,
it,
so
don't worry.
it's fine.
Well, yeah, because we don't know what it is yet. Conrad might have an idea, but we're gonna examine it more closely when it's dead.
There?
All right, as you begin, the skinks begin trying to grab hold of the Bastillodon. You see it go a huge swipe with its tail towards the skink on its left, and an 18 does indeed hit, smashing into it, dealing about 8 points of bludgeoning damage. Has to make a DC 14 Constitution save to make sure he does not fall down to the ground. Kienka. And he's down, and he's been punted off to the side. Happy. It's your turn to act.
I'm gonna do a minor illusion of a huge beast roar, like. That was terrifying, I guess. Yeah. I need to roll a d20. No. What? Okay, I do a minor illusion of like a huge imagine a big monster. What kind of monster may I have seen? Like the biggest monster I may have seen as a halfling roaming the. Oh, a garble sound. I must have heard that once. So I want big garble sound in the ear of that Bastillodon to scare it.
Right, so why
Into
don't you make an
submission.
intimidation check with advantage?
Wait, what's with that? Okay, how do I add advantage?
It'll do it for you. Don't worry.
Oh, okay. Intimidation.
17. As you hear the largest turkey sound you've ever heard, a gobble.
Come on, come on.
You, if anything, you hear a little bit of you seem to sow, if anything, confusion among the skinks and the Bastillodon. Actually, I need to repeat the song. As the skinks begin, while still holding onto the Bastillodon, look around like, what the heck was that? Skink, as it looks around, gobble. And then the Bastillodon is still thrashing. Conrad.
I'm gonna try.
It had no impact. Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna try and cast suggestion on it.
Alright, so you're going to be casting on the Bastillodon?
Yes.
Yeah, I'll make a
DC
wisdom.
13 Wisdom save.
Oh! In nat 20s. And as you begin to try to suggest sweet nothings into the ears of the Bastillodon, it just gets enraged. As something knows something doesn't know. It knows something has been trying to make it do something it really doesn't want, especially these skinks holding back onto it.
Okay, I'm gonna then move
Mhm.
to here.
Remember, you do have movement during your turn. You have, I believe, The halfling has 25 feet of movement. You can use the measurement, as we discussed earlier, to see how many feet you can move. And I believe the humans have 30 feet of movement. Turns out when you're short, it sucks. So we're going to have the lizardman's turn moving over. He's going to go for a grapple on the Bastillodon, and we're going to make a strength check with help from another. An 8. Nothing happens as the Bastillodon literally shakes him off and flings him off to the side. Bjorn.
Well, I'm gonna be, since I'm in range to use my halberd, I'm gonna be using that.
Oh, so as you raise your halberd and you try to use your thick bonus versus large against the Bastillodon, you hit it right on the armor plate and it scrapes right off, unfortunately.
This thing is armored. Grey Wizard, can you do something? Lower its armor, anything.
We've tried nothing and I'm all out of ideas.
Well, it's just gonna have to be grinded down over time.
I suppose so.
Alright, one of these skinks is going to move up and try to go for another grapple check as well. This one with the help of 2 others, so it's going to be a +4 modifier. 16. As he begins holding down one of the legs, he gets one of the legs stuck down. The Bastillodon is immobilized. And this one's going to go for the same thing to try to grab the other leg. Come on. And unfortunately... Oh, wait, no, it's an 8. Alright, and an 8, as he begins to grab, it slips and can't get quite the hold at once on this massive beast. And the Bastillodon's going to have his turn. Seeing as these things have grabbed onto it, he's not happy that you actually attacked him with a weapon. Bastillodon is going to take a tail swipe at you, Bjorn. Right. He's going to rear itself. It's going to find you in its sights.
But it does not hit.
Alright, so as he begins to swing his tail around towards your direction, you see it very clearly. You dodge, you duck, actually, as it swings above your head. Happy. You guys do see the turn order, yes?
Yeah, I do see the turn order. I was thinking, okay, so the gobble sound didn't work. Okay, this worked last time. I'm gonna try again to... No, I'm... Okay, you know what? Hammer and sickle time. I'm jumping on the back of that beast.
Alright, go for it. You can move your token towards it.
Okay. I'm not attacking. I'm just jumping on it.
Yeah, absolutely. Why don't you make an acrobatics check?
Okay. 21.
That's pretty decent. So you actually successfully jump onto the back of the Bastillodon without any injury. Let me just move it so that you're on top. Actually. Let's just move you.
Well, if you send it to the back, she'll move to the front.
Set dimensions. Edit. There you go. All right. So as you jump onto the backside of the Bastillodon, it seems to be that you've got a nice footing.
Yes.
And that's your movement. You still have an action and a bonus action.
Oh, okay. Does it have ears?
Ears. Mm-hmm. Oh, it can hear. It's more like ear holes. Reptiles tend to have like ear holes more than actual ears.
Okay, I put my sickle in it.
You're going to put your sickle in it. All right, go for the attack.
Yeah.
You have advantage on this as you are climbing on it.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna sickle him. Oof.
All right. So after the beautiful acrobat, as you jump onto the back of this Bastillodon and you try to get your sickle and stick it right into the ear hole of the Bastillodon, you miss, you hit the clink, and not only that, your sickle falls out of your hand as the force of the armor hits just a little too hard and it falls off. And now you
doesn't she have advantage to it isn't natural 1?
Oh, you're correct actually. She was advantaged since it's on the back. It's only 6. You just hit the side of the armor piece and it clanks off.
Okay.
That will be... I believe that should be your turn, unless you want to do a bonus action.
What's a bonus action?
You would have to read some of your spells or certain things your class can do. But you can do that.
I'm fine. I wanted to put it in his ear and then control it like a horse, but I guess that's for later.
That's a cruel way of doing that, but yeah, Conrad.
Gonna move up. And what can I do? Okay, well that'd be useful. I'm gonna cast Frostbite on it.
Okay.
Please don't kill me.
I'm not gonna
Oh,
kill
does
you.
Peppy get hurt too since she's on top of it?
Oh no.
These large creatures have quite the constitution. As it sits there, you see a blast of cold air hit its foot, and when the ice starts to form, it easily breaks it with its powerful strength.
Hmm.
Will that be ending your turn?
Well, I guess I can move back as well.
Play it safe, I like
You're
it.
skirmishing. Okay, nice.
Don't want to get close to it.
As this one of the skinks begins, they're going to go for another grapple check to put it on the ground for good. Gink. 14. As he gets another, he actually grabs himself on the tail and begins flailing around as he tries to put the tail onto the ground.
No.
Bjorn.
I am gonna try to hit one of its legs to weaken it and maybe put it on the ground.
Yeah, that makes sense. Go for it. Ah, that's a hit. All right, 9 points of slashing damage as your halberd of mighty proportions strikes the leg of the Bastillodon, and he actually lands down on both of his stomach. And on the ground, the skinks begin tying him down with like ropes and twine, putting it down. And with that, I believe the combat will be over.
Okay.
You're still on the back.
Yeah, I jump from the back. I do a somersault, and as I arrive on the ground, I bow down and salute. Can I do an acrobatic check for making it like really cool?
Sure. Don't roll a 1. Yeah, sure. As you jump off the back of the Bastillodon, you land on your feet. You make a little salute, and the skinks say, "Hola, skink!"
Hola, halfling. And I
Hola.
bend myself.
Skink! As they begin tying down the Bastillodon. Sotek silly, Sotek Bastilla, skink. And as Conrad gets near, you hear that they're actually planning to put on an Ark of Sotek on this Bastillodon.
Oh.
Do I know what that is?
Well, you just say Ark Sotek Bastillodon skink. Ark. You can make a history check if you remember it.
Yeah, I want to know. Well, I want to know if I know what like an Ark of Sotek does.
Yeah, you know that it seems to be some sort of like cult thing that you put on creatures that either tames them or does some sort of tribute to their god of Sotek.
Wait, just in terms of size, what's the size differential between me and the skink?
The skink is just probably taller than you, a little bit taller than you, but they're very skinny and lanky.
Okay. No problem.
I'll make you smaller again. There you go.
Okay.
You're small. You're small with an O.
Yeah. I
So,
give one of
so
my
if I understand
rations
correctly,
to a
we
skink.
don't need to chop its head off, since they're actually gonna use it.
Yes.
Right.
And back to this theme.
Um,
All right. So as they begin tying up this thing, they seem wary, but one of the skinks goes skink and says, "Thanks you for the assistance." Specifically, Bjorn, as they tap one of your shoulders, of helping them taking down this Bastillodon, and they become leading it almost. You see like a lizardman. This is like it looks civilized, but it's actually more of like a lizardman bridge with almost a marbled material that they usually make out of their temples and stuff like that. And they begin leading the Bastillodon down.
Conrad, ask them if we can like follow them, or if they like. Are we with them now, or do they want us to go?
Well, I can ask.
Yeah.
Doesn't hurt, I guess.
Okay. Well, I'm going to ask them if we can go with them. Should I do like the lizardman thing?
No, you don't have to. So as you ask one of the skinks, can you go with them? They look at you quizzically, And they answer back, do you have something in turn for us, other than helping us save us? And do you have a gift for us?
I have rations. No.
Right? So as you try to give your tofu rations over to one of the skinks, it smells it. It's like, and being the carnivores that skinks are,
Oh, they are carnivores? Really?
they have sharp teeth.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Well, I can give them some of my rations, which actually have some proper meats.
Yeah, you can go for it. As you begin, you give your rations, your meaty rations, to the skink. It accepts it. And it
I
says,
should
skink
like
the
tofu.
pan. And they said, follow us.
Hola, skink.
Hola, skink.
Hola, skink.
Carmundi!
Hola,
Hola, skink.
Hola, skink.
Is it just going to be
Hola, skink.
doing that the whole
Do
way
I
to
feel
where
like
we're going?
are they
So, like,
enjoying? Are they enjoying that it's change of Hola skink, or is it getting them like annoyed that I'm saying the same thing over and over again? Can I like check that?
I'll just say that they're just trying to fix your pronunciation.
Oh, okay. Hola skink.
Hola, skink.
Hola.
As you guys be heading down, you cross again.
Oh.
You better keep up, little bird.
Yeah.
I must say, I am a bit impressed on how you jumped on top of the back of that creature.
Thank you. It's years of practice, really. I am a bard, after all.
I
And you
didn't know
haven't-
bards did acrobatics. I just thought you just sang.
Oh, no. I actually don't sing. I play the lyre and I dance. I can't do both at the same time, though, so it's a bit awkward sometimes. Because the
There's
lyre,
more.
I need moving. Oh. I thought we were reaching, like, a town, but no. This is just more forest.
Oh, yeah. Towns are a little far in between. You might reach a jungle city of the Lizardmen later on, but as you reach over to, you see what seems to be a skink priest. You see a skink with a staff holding around, and they begin working on trying to make this Bastillodon tame and no longer feral, essentially. As you see the skink priest putting its hand on its head and trying to calm it down as they begin their process, and they're just letting you watch. How would you like to react to that?
I'll just sit and watch, basically.
Yeah,
And as
I'm
you
taking
see-
notes.
When you look at the skink priest, you see it's adorned with like skink, like lizard trinkets, and you see like golden like earrings almost. A very nice, it's a very adorned skink priest.
Okay. Well, I'm interested now. This civilization seems to have like some fashion sense, and some riches. So I guess I like them now.
So I'm going to bring us back to this. At this point, you've explored a little bit further. Nope, wrong one. Wrong button. As you've gone down a little bit down the river, just a little bit further, and you get to see, you still don't see, as you begin, like, as Happy Puppy or Hella begins sketching in her map to make sure this is what you've seen geographically.
Yeah, and I'll add a little village, I guess. Oh wait, is there anything, or is it just literally a priest in the middle of like the?
Yeah, there's no village. It's just a
No.
priest working on the side, working on Bastillodon.
Okay. Okay.
All right. Let me move it back to here, and it might take a second to load. And as the priest begins working on the Bastillodon, he takes a look over there and asks,
I'm lost.
King Sabanya said, what are you doing here?
I guess I have to be the diplomat here.
Yeah. I can
You
tell
better
what
be a
they're
good
saying.
diplomat, if not it's gonna be bad.
Okay. Well, they're not going to know what I'm saying because I'm speaking the lizard man language, so I can tell them whatever I want.
That is true.
That's very true.
Well, I'm going to say, I've come from across the world pond, and I come seeking the wisdom of your people.
As he listens to you, what kind of wisdom?
I'm going to tilt my hat a bit and try and communicate that. I'm speaking in a hushed tone, but I'm saying, well, the fight against the great enemy continues in all parts of the world. I wish to learn how better continue this.
The great enemy. Do you reference the Chaos Gods?
I'm going to quite grimly say, I do, yes.
As the skink looks around you, why don't you make a Are you lying in any particular way this, or is this actually very truthful?
This
of your
is
character?
actually the truth, yes.
Alright, okay, so the skink looks left and is like looks left and right. What about those two?
Well, they are useful. They have their uses. I'm going to sort of lean into him and go, there are others here of the Empire who may not have so pure intentions. However, I'm sure we can come to some form of understanding.
Not
Yeah,
same.
I'm just gonna be
interests.
looking at that conversation.
Yeah, beyond,
Very
I think,
closely to
I
see if
think
I can-
Conrad is doing a great job negotiating for us. It looks like the skinks are appreciating, the lizard people are appreciating what he's saying. we
I don't
chose,
know what he's saying and I don't like it.
Look, he's an old man. I think we can trust his wisdom.
I'm telling them we have wine to trade.
We have wine, and nobody told
And
me.
spices.
Wait, you're not gonna trade our wine. I need a good drink when you get back.
Yeah,
What if they need a good drink when they get back?
maybe they have drinks. Can you ask them if they drink anything alcoholic in these parts?
We'll get to it eventually.
Thank you. Just don't forget about it.
You ask the important questions, Hella. I like
Yeah,
it.
yeah, exactly. Thank you.
And as you guys are having your little side conversation, it's at this point the Bastillodon is almost completely calmed, and even the skink mutters a little bit and puts a salve on the leg at which Bjorn slashed it. Not very fond of you, this Bastillodon. It begins to be going here, and it seems to be tamed. As the skink priest begins to lead, do you want to help the old ones against chaos?
Indeed.
Where do you stay?
Do we have the map on us?
Yeah, sure. You can
Okay,
show them.
I'd like to point to the camp on the map.
Can I
Oh,
pet
as
the
you pet-
Bastillodon now?
Yeah, so yeah, you can absolutely pet the Bastillodon.
I'm petting the Bastillodon.
As a make an animal handling check.
Oh god, yeah, sure.
Natural one.
I want to pat it on its. I want to boop its nose. Okay.
Yes, boop the nose. All right, so as you go up to the Bastillodon and you start booping you boop the nose of the front of the Bastillodon. It doesn't take offense to this.
Good. And I'm looking
I'm gonna
at
be
the
staying
skinks
away
with
from it
lag.
because I don't think it likes me very much.
As it doesn't shuffle. Yeah, you would have disadvantage. Nothing about that. As this is, we meet you. As they begin to sing, the skink becomes rambling, and it's like Aztecian culture language, and they say, "We will meet you at your camp. You cannot follow us further."
Okay, I'm gonna tell the other two. Well, it seems they have private matters to attend to, but they will meet us back at the hunting camp. We should wait for them.
Well, we need to get back before to warn the others that it's not an attack.
Yeah, maybe tell them to not come with like big beasts like that. I think the Empire might take it as like dangerous if they come with 7-foot tall monsters like this.
I don't really want to tell the lizardmen what to do, but I do want to make them think I've, humored that request and told them that. So I'm just going to say, well, we shall meet again soon, and turn around, and then I'm going to tell Puppy, I told them not to bring too great an armed force.
Thank you. I'm so glad that you're be able to translate what we asked you.
And
Yes.
as they make their exit.
So
deeper
I
into
think
the
we
forest.
should head back. It must be getting late in the day and we've got a long walk home.
It's partially afternoon at this point.
And I do want a good old drink when we get back.
Well, yeah. Yeah, I guess we can't just continue our exploration now. Sure, let's head back.
Alrighty.
Do we remember the way back now?
I have a map.
Good. Well, you have to go first and well, point the
I'm
way.
just I'm gonna stay behind you and point in the right direction, okay? I'll tell you if you're going the wrong way, right?
Okay.
As as they begin the skinks and the Bastillodon league, you just hear him chatting skink sotek, against skink. You just see him leave as you guys leave, and you have your farewells, and you guys make your way
I
back.
said
Happy
bye-bye
does
with
have
the
her.
hand.
Yeah, Happy does have her map, so you guys aren't lost unless you do something awful. I
I
don't know.
booped a Bastillodon, so I'm pretty confident in my handling of the animals here.
All right, and then so as you guys head back into the jungles of Lustria, back towards your camp, you make it generally safely. You go past the river as you had to jump across without. And would you like to cross the river again?
I mean, do we?
Well,
Or just
we
follow
haven't
back on
seen
that. I mean, we
another
kinda have
place,
to,
so we
right?
should go here again, I think.
Yeah.
All right. So in terms of things, you guys do the same thing. I'm assuming you're gonna carry.
No, this time I'm confident in my ability to jump over the thing. Oh!
And the old man. The old man does not fall into the river stuck in the mud this time.
We're fucking flying today.
I'm proud of you, old man.
Yeah.
And at this point, since you no longer, it's you hear the squeaking and the squawking of the pterodons above, but you guys make it quickly past without anything noticing you. Now, all the way back, you make way into the camp, and you've made it back to the entrance of the Imperial camp.
Hey, Dennis.
Welcome back! Have you found anything interesting for the Empire? Some lizard trinkets? Some beautiful, maybe a city or a settlement in which we could raid?
No, we've made friends. That's even better.
Friends?
Yes. We...
And how would this help the Empire?
Well, they seem to be able to tame the wildlife really effectively, and when I see... If you saw the monster, they just captured it and made it into a nice pet in a matter of seconds. If we could have allies, I guess, that conduct such a monstrous force that easily, I think they are better allies than enemies. If we
So
can
what you're
convince
saying
them.
is that we could tame these monsters and send them back to the Empire.
Yeah, we could we could learn from them how to tame the animals, and we convince them to be our allies just by giving them some raw meat. So it shouldn't be too expensive.
So what kind of creatures did you see in the jungle?
Well, there were some flying things and some things on the ground.
Wow, thank you for that vivid description, Björn. There was some big flying lizards that were green and that seemed to want to eat us at first, but they were easily scared away. And there was also some kind of armored lizard, big armored lizard that would attack us with its tail, basically.
Interesting.
And
A
little
large
lizard
armored
people.
lizard could be very useful. Possibly use it as a steed for our knights.
Yeah,
That'd
it's
be very
basically a war
amusing.
wagon. You wanted a war wagon, we could give you one that actually moves by itself.
A living war wagon,
A
you
living
say?
war wagon.
Now that's interesting.
The only problem that beast seems to have is it's not the swiftest creature.
Yeah. No, that is true. However, they put something huge on its back, like a big saddle that did I don't know what. but it felt like something that would weigh a lot. Maybe you could put a mortar on that thing and it wouldn't budge. Like, yeah, I think there could
An
be
armored creature with a mortar on it.
Yeah.
That'll be interesting. Can I assign you with bringing you one back to this camp?
Yes, but before we
Well-
talk about that, there is the one we met, and that Conrad talked to them, and they want to like meet with, I guess, you to discuss friendship.
They are
French.
coming here.
You say there's a group of lizardmen coming to this camp. You've given them the location of which we're staying,
Conrad
and they
did-
just discuss.
With all
Conrad-
due respect as my superior, I'm pretty sure they know we're here already.
That's probably
since
true.
It's their lands.
Whoa,
Okay,
it's
we-
our land. Okay.
Manifest destiny. It's our land. It's now the land of Reichland.
Oh,
Or
New
Marion.
Reichland.
New
Moot.
Reichland.
the moot. Moot.
Alright.
New moot. That's how I shall name that place.
Alright, so with the information given, and he started discussing with the fellow huntsmen of the Empire, you guys get the opportunity for a good rest inside the camp.
I'm gonna
so
be having a drink.
Yeah, I'm
Absolutely.
gonna get drunk with Björn.
So, as you guys have a few drinks in the Empire camp, a very nice night goes by, and no incidents seem to be happening.
Just a question. Dennis Price is the leader of the camp?
He's the huntsman general of this.
Okay, because I just wanted to know if because it didn't feel like the most, diplomatic kind, and I was wondering if maybe there'd be someone more, like a scholar, maybe.
As far as you know, Conrad is the
Administration?
most scholarly person sent with you.
Yeah, but he has no power.
Yet.
Yeah, sure.
Well, I mean,
so
we
this
could plan an assassination and have
this
Conrad
Empire
take the lead.
expedition is, remember, it's for God, glory, and gunpowder, right? It's about the gold, glory, and gunpowder. So it's about taking things back to the Empire and showing what you're the noble that sent you, the Willem von Volkskar. Useful things that could either be worth a lot of money or possibly useful to the Empire military.
Bastiladons, I guess.
Bastillons.
I do have a plan of how we could smooth the diplomatic nature over somewhat.
What is this plan?
Okay, well, we have two people who can cast some form of illusion, yes. I am a grey wizard, and this bard has some kind of knowledge of the arcane.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so my plan is we have to have some form of illusion occur to our Hunts Marshal in order to persuade him that he ought to take a more diplomatic tone with the lizard people.
Fooling a
That sounds
high-ranking
dangerous.
officer, that's heresy or treason. But
Well, so
Yeah.
is this bard running around who casts spells without being registered with the College
Okay, I'm
of
not
Magic?
casting spells. I'm just very convincing when I say stuff. Okay, it's not magic. Obviously, I don't do magic.
The bear was you being convincing.
Yeah, I convinced you there was a bear. I also convinced the flying chickens.
Flying chickens.
Sure.
Yeah, the geese.
Well, what if we used your powers of persuasion to smooth the diplomacy over?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, well, meet me here tonight then.
I'm gonna let you guys do this, and I'm gonna have a good night's rest.
Sure, that sounds good. Okay, I need to talk with my father for 2 minutes. I'll be back.
Okay. So, Yeah, so since she's going to be talking, I think that would be a good time to have a slight intermission as I just get a drink.
Yeah, I was gonna get water.
5-minute
I'm
intermission,
gonna-
everybody.
I'm gonna stay and see if chat's got any questions for now, I guess. So, any questions? I mean, I can't tell you a little secret, but Puppy must not find about this. Me and J Phoenix, so me and Conrad, have got a cunning plan to get some creatures for the Empire. It may or may not involve using Hela as bait. Since, I mean, me and Conrad have got nets, so we just net Hela in place. Use her bait to attract some cold ones or stuff like that, then capture them using the second net. That's obviously gonna work. You'd have to ask Ducky how to become a skink. He may give you a named character at some point. Ducky is, after all, the god of this universe. He knows all.
I'm really sorry. My father was starting to make food. That would take a while, and he's leaving in 20 minutes. So I was telling him, no, you don't have time for this. Look at the time. Anyhow, where are we? What happened?
Is everything good?
Yeah.
We had a small intermission. I got a drink. And
Me too.
I believe Jay's as well. She's back. And so in terms of time going past, you guys, it becomes nighttime, and I believe
I am in my tent.
Bjorn just goes into some random camp, goes to sleep, and is having a great night, having drinks. But I believe you two are meeting up during the night to discuss something.
Sure.
Yes.
I'm meeting the creepy old man at night. That can only go well.
Oh no.
Okay. Right. So we're like in camp in like a secluded place at night, right?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. Really secluded.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm gonna say, well, I believe our Hunts Marshal doesn't appropriate the true danger of this place, and may start a conflict we cannot control if we do not do something quickly.
No, I agree. I'm mostly like these guys sound to be ready for war, but they don't realize that they are like literally 80 in what happens to be enemy territory, and I don't want to go wander the jungles of Lustria just to come back to a camp that was literally razed. So, yeah.
Okay. Well, we must convince him in some way that he should not start a fight with them, and I believe I have an idea.
Okay.
Okay. So, we will sneak close to his tent in the night, and I will form an illusion of the Grand Theogonist, one long dead, at the foot of his bed. You must then convince him, using this illusion, that he must not start a fight with the lizard people.
Wait, we are doing like we did with the bear. I use my power of persuasion, and you make it talk.
We'll do it the other way around. I'll create the image, and you make it talk.
Oh, can I do that though? Can I do that? Yeah, I can do that. I can do that definitely.
Excellent.
Okay, that sounds like a good idea. So something more like ghostly.
Yes, we'll make him think he was visited by an apparition of a long dead Grand Theogonist.
Okay, that sounds perfect.
That's an interesting. All right, so are you going to be doing it tonight or
I mean,
something like that?
no
Well,
time
we don't know
like
when the lizards are
tonight.
showing up, so tonight's the best time probably. They might show up tomorrow.
Yeah.
All right, sounds good. Raptor, you're going to go in the background for a second.
Yes, I'm hiding.
So as we set this, why don't you start making, as he's in his camp site, rather dozing off, getting ready for rest, and having done already discussed possible plans with other marks.
Thank you for the
huntsmen.
follow, Frisher.
You can spring your
may have,
little plan.
Frisher
What
Fisher
timeline are we
11.
sending
Thank
to
you very much for the follow.
Is this like just as Carl Franz has come about?
Yeah, we should. Is for continuity's sake, Carl Franz time, like Warhammer, like video game, like time period.
Okay.
Okay. Are there like? Do we need to sneak, or is there nobody to protect his stand?
Nobody's looking for you particularly, so you're a normal person of this camp, so it's nothing.
I mean,
no one's
there is no
suspicious.
dedicated guard to guarding the entrance of Denny's stand.
Nope.
Okay,
Nope,
cool.
not at all.
Oh, cool. Well, that makes things easier.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna use. Where is it?
I don't know.
Hang on, I'm just looking for the spell. Okay, I can't ritual cast it. Right, okay, well, I'm gonna cast a silent image, and I'm gonna make a ghostly figure of Wilhelm III, the Grand Theogonist, sort of appear just outside his tent. I'm gonna send it in a second.
Wait, is minor illusion enough there for me to do
Minor
the
illusion
voice?
can create sounds. Yes.
Okay, sure. Then I use minor illusion on the ghostly figure, near it at least, so that that he thinks. Yeah, there you
I'll
go.
use this as a placeholder illusion.
Yeah, there you go. Easiest.
Yeah, you have to start the conversation.
Wake up! Wake up!
What is this? A sheep?
Is it a way to talk to Grand Theogenes? Arkulf?
Wilhelm III. Okay, Wilhelm III. Hello.
Wilhelm the
Wilhelm
Third.
III.
Ooh. I am but a nimble ghost these days.
Wilhelm III, as
is me.
you stumble upon your words a little bit, he's going to be making a little bit of a intelligence check.
Are you doubting me, young man?
All right. So as he's like, why do you come to my tent this late at night?
I have been looking from the void to what's happening to my beloved empire since I've been gone, and now I see the danger of the empire starting an unjust and probably losing war against the powerful Lismen. You should try to negotiate with that mighty people that fight chaos instead of fighting them.
But
Or
they
endure
have so
my
many-
wrath. Whirr.
Make a performance check.
Okay.
Oh, this is brilliant.
Performance check. Where is it? Oh god. Is it in stats?
Yeah, it's under the same skills like the
I did
for
it.
12 performance. So as you make the woo sound, he's like, he's almost speechless. He's like, trade, negotiate, but they've got so many trinkets. I could become rich with this stuff. I could send it back to Carl, or just imagine if our Grand Theol Kurd one, like, what's it called? Imagine if Carl could. Imagine if Carl or Volkmar could have not the steeds of Sigmar, but the Bastiladons of Sigmar. It would be glorious.
Yes, but the policemen do not care for gold. You could exchange trinkets that have no value to us, like food and meat, to get what you want out of them. They are but a simple and dumb people, really inferior to man.
Inferior to us. If they're inferior to us,
Not
then we should be able to
physically.
control them.
Yes, exactly. Yes. Oh, finally something entering your thick skull.
Yeah. So we can control them.
Exactly.
All right. Thank you for these guiding words, Grand Theogonist. Why do you choose me to speak to out of all the people representing the Empire?
Because you're the leader of that camp, you dummy.
Not one of your fabled flagellants? None of your other ones? Me?
Yes, accept the honor of my presence and just get with it.
Make another performance check.
Sure.
Oh, shit.
So it says, the Grand Theologist would not be this impatient. First of all, he probably wouldn't talk at me in the first place. He would talk to one of his rightful people. Who are you, really?
Don't doubt me, mortal. I am.
We'll take your words. Whoever you are, you may be Grand Theologist. You may be something as he tries to touch the thing.
Don't
as he
touch
tries,
me, you creep.
And as he backs away before he can touch his, and he sees this, you may be the Grand Theogonist, and I will take your words to heart. But know that I don't trust everything that you say. For all I
you're
know, you
right.
could be a vision. You could be a vision of Zinch, trying to manipulate me.
Of course, you follow the words of Sigma. Good boy. However, don't make the mistake of going against the plan of Sigmars and the people that follow him.
I follow them devoutly. I don't know if you are. And as he closes the capes of his tent, and he begins going back to, and he like ponders as he sits there. You guys are, as far as you guys know, you guys are not detected, and the illusion disappears.
Yeah, I dab while he's not watching.
You dab?
Yeah,
Oh, no.
I dab.
I've lost all respect for you, Peppy. I've lost it all.
I
I
go
want
see
to cast a
Conrad.
number pendulum on his tent.
And with that, we can change the time period. It's at this point going to be daytime,
Okay.
and everyone's going about. They're setting their camps and begin their maps. I need to clear my throat real quick.
No problem.
Great
Conrad,
performance,
this went well, I guess.
Did it?
I think it did, right?
Now, what have you two been up to? I hear you talking about this went well. What have you done?
Well, let's hope it did. Very quickly. Did we get to have a long rest and get our spell slots back?
Yes,
Oh,
a good night's sleep.
wait, let me.
So yeah, after a good night's sleep, you'll have your long rest. You can get all the spells that you use back, so you can use them at full capacity later
Okay,
on.
no problem. I did it.
You did it.
You did it.
Hey,
So, what is the plan for
Thanks
today?
for
Is
the
it
follow,
back out in the
Haradak.
jungle?
okay. So as you guys will get back into it, yes, the general plan is to keep on exploring Lustria into this. But as this happens, you hear the shuffling of what seems to be quite a few skinks and lizards coming towards the camp, and they're making their presence known.
Good.
You hear
Good.
other sorts of things as you hear the shuffling and crumbling, and as you look towards this entrance of the camp, not only do you see a skink priest at the front, you see Saurus, and you
Okay.
see armored Bastillodons, no longer feral. And even then, you see like a contingency of Saurus riding on cold ones.
Okay, I get behind Bjorn.
Why do I have a bad feeling about this?
I'll walk to the front.
That'd be like a cold one.
I guess I'm gonna stay here and protect our cartographer.
Thank you.
So with those images and maybe a happy. Oh wait, where did I go? Come on.
Happy King Priest.
Why aren't they loading in? Come on, there you go. Oh, okay, they all came at the same time.
Oh, that's
Nice.
a lot of Croxigors. I don't like this.
Oh, there are Cruxigal? Oh god, that's scary.
Don't worry.
I've got
they
a
don't
bad
have
feeling
very
about
high
this.
charge bonus.
Yeah, I'm hiding even more behind Björn.
I've got
Don't
my halberd
worry.
ready.
Don't worry, they don't have a charge bonus.
Yes, the charge bonus is so pathetic they cannot possibly hurt us.
Oh
I
man.
hear the Grand Patriarch has a higher charge bonus.
Oh, as they begin, they going towards her. We need a translator. A translator, Conrad, come here.
Yes.
The skink speaks words of diplomacy and instances. What is this? As the skink goes, skinka. Pestilence, steel, skinka stantana. And as Ace begins to translate it, if you truly want to help with the great plan and go against the forces of chaos, then you would help us against clan pestilence.
Yes.
Can-
Excellent. I'm going to turn
Can
to.
what?
Should I roll a history to see if I know what this is? Like what clan pestilence is?
Absolutely.
But Skavens aren't real.
You know what that Skaven. Well, you would know. Yeah, you would know a little bit more. You know that they exist.
I'm going to ask the skink. So you're at war with the rat men?
Ginkas, rats, pestilence, plague, Sotek.
Now hold on, I thought these ratmen didn't exist. What have you Imperial colleges kept hidden from us?
No, they don't
Did
exist.
you know there's giant rat men beneath Altdorf all the time?
What?
Yes.
You must
They're
be joking.
everywhere.
No.
No.
Are
But these
you
lizards are
Ratman?
allies in our fight against them.
Okay.
So they're gonna come with us to Altdorf and kill them there.
No, we're going with them to kill them in the jungle. Then maybe they'll come back with us to kill them under Altdorf.
Right.
What are you translating to Dennis?
I'm gonna turn to him and says, well, we have bigger problems than lizards in the jungle. I would not start a fight with these as they are at war with the rat men. Foul spawn of chaos.
Ratmen in the jungle. Ratmen are just heard of as rumors. They shouldn't even exist. How does this benefit us as the Empire?
I'm gonna ask the skink, what would we get in exchange for aiding our service to your conflict?
Skink heavens. Skink. Stink. As he begins translating again. As he's like, you could learn possibly about some of the lores that they practice. Or maybe, as he says, skink, trinket.
Trinkets?
As he said, possibly trinkets that we
I heard
own.
trinkets. In every language, I understand the language of Molny. Conrad, did they talk about a reward?
They did talk about a reward. I'm gonna ask the skink. I had come to this jungle hoping to come into communion with one of your mage priests. If we were to help you against these rat men, would such a thing be possible?
Audience with Slan can be negotiated, discussed after help.
Okay, I'm gonna turn to Dennis and say, well, we're at war with the Skaven now.
And we're at war with the ratmen that barely exist. Tell this reptile that we require more information. Where do they stay? How will we deal with them? And who are we dealing with?
I too would like to know that. Noble skink priest, could you possibly show us where these rat men may lay, so that we may take the fight to them?
It's a show map. As he goes over to the map.
Well, we don't have much information for now.
As he looks at your darkened map with very almost literal nothing, let me get you. Yeah, you guys are looking at the map. A ping. I'll actually make like a little dot. The green finger of the skink puts a finger right around here. You guys see that?
No.
No? Alright. Why is it not watching?
An order.
They're already here.
You guys are done for.
It's an ambush! Oh, now we see the
Now we see
dots.
the little dot, yeah. Well, I mean, we're still at... Okay, is there a way to, like, not be at war? Is that an option? To, like, be at war neither with the lizards nor the rats?
I don't think so. You know, my little bard, war is... Peace is never a solution.
Wow, thank you for your wisdom, uneducated armor man. I'll take your word for it.
Hella, one peoples are getting genocided in this jungle, and it's not going to be us.
Yes.
Dennis, what do you think? Should we negotiate with the lizard people?
I don't like how they're discussing these things that we barely even know about. I did get a message. I got almost a visage of one of our grand theologians last night to tell me to do this. I will go along with it for now. I don't know how credible that vision is.
Oh,
But
people getting visions, usually, that means you're a man of exceptional potential. You will rise.
or
to
I'm
the-
being corrupted by the whispers of chaos.
You sound like a sound man. I don't think chaos would go for you. They go for weaker mind. Do you consider yourself weak, Dennis?
As he looks at you, something a chaos cultist might say. Are you trying to accuse me of something?
No.
Well, you're the one seeing ghosts.
Nevertheless, I will go along with this, but be prepared with war against these lizard men at any time. In fact, always be prepared. I do not like that they bring a war party to the front of our encampment. They know where we are. They could, looking at his forces, he looks at the Croxagors, the Saurus. It says they could probably destroy us at any point, but you guys do see at the surrounding that there's a lot of bows being drawn. There's people looking over this like the entire time, and there's like it's a solid force. So as this one happens, what?
Oh, sorry, I'm going to say, as he says they could destroy us at any time, I would like to interject. Probably a good reason to not start a war with them then, isn't it?
Or we could get more reinforcements from the Empire. A civilization this great would probably have tons of treasure. But remember, as I said earlier, I had a vision. So I will go with this for now. Know this information will be sent back.
Oh, okay. Okay, Conrad.
By the way, Mr. Conrad, can you ask them if they're gonna join us at attacking this outpost or city?
I will.
And if yes, are we gonna travel together, and how are we gonna get there?
Okay. Are you going to join us in this attack on this Skaven city, or do you wish us to go it alone? We would prefer to go with you. You know the jungle better. Less chance of us dying on the way.
We could point you in the right direction. Tell you where the Skaven Undercity lies. We will not be
Sounds
in
good.
combat with you. We do not work well with intruders, other aliens of sorts.
Hey, that's racist.
The only reason we discuss with you is because one of our fourth generation Slan had a vision of men hairless apes coming, and that we should talk with them.
Nice.
Thank you very much,
As
Dad,
discussion
for
seems
the
like-
sub. Thank you very much.
Yeah, that's what he says.
Okay, I'm gonna ask Conrad. I need to prove something to Dennis. Okay, could you ask the Skin Priest if I can boop the Bastillodon again?
She's asking if she can touch the nose of the Bastillodon again. She likes it.
It's to prove a point about diplomacy.
All right, so as Hella begins walking, this is like, I would not walk closer to those war beasts if I were you. So, and that's what he says.
So they won't stop me, but they say it would be dumb of me.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, Dennis. Okay, Dennis. I'm gonna prove to you how tame these Bastillodons are for future, reference if we wanted to bring them back as war mounts. And I go boop the Bastillodon.
All right, so as you begin walking towards the front of the camp, and you walk towards the Saurus and the Croxagores, they start to raise their weapons, ready for something. They don't understand why you're going in this direction.
Sure. I look at them.
I am trying to make
bow,
my weapon
and
lowered,
smile.
not raised.
I salute them and I do a little. Can I do a little, quick little dancey? I walk dancingly to show that I'm joyful and happy and nice. Can I do performance?
You can. Yeah, you can absolutely try.
Okay. It's the language of art. Everybody understands it. 25.
All right, so as you become jollyfully just dancing, running up to the things, they kind of look at you quizzically. They have no idea what the heck you are, but you seem happy. So they're just looking at you, and you see the sharp teeth of a Croxagore glaring at you as you walk up to the Bastillodon, and the Bastillodon, relatively calm at this point, you boop it.
I boop it.
And the Bastillodon seems unfazed and maybe sniffles a little bit. But at this point, they lower their weapons and they realize, and the skink says, "Skink that dance on nah." It's that's just an idiot. Don't mind it.
Yeah.
See, Dennis? They're completely tamed. I'm booping it. Dennis?
Yes, sorry. Completely tame. Something we could bring back for the Empire. Very interesting. Now get back. Something hits you. They've raised their weapons at one point.
Yes. Yeah, no, that's actually true. I didn't think they'd take me as a threat. I'm not used to that. And I come back, but I'm looking in their direction. I'm walking back, but I'm still looking toward the armed forces as I go back.
All right. So as you begin, the negotiations are practically complete. The mission given to the huntsmen realize that they're to assist the lizardmen in some sort of assault against a Skaven civilization. As far as you understand.
Question for the Skaven
Yes.
chief before he leaves. Just gonna ask him. These lizards you ride as mounts. You wouldn't happen to know where some feral ones may be hiding, would you?
What are your intentions with feral reptiles?
Well, I'm gonna say. Well, unfortunately, we are more used to traveling via something similar, though something less reptilian, back in our home country. I was wondering if possibly we could maybe tame some feral ones ourselves and ride those into battle.
Challenging, you see. Don't see natural forces within your group. He did kind of referring to druids, maybe Oath of Ancients Paladin, things like that. Don't see talent for power of taming. You can try.
We will try. We just need to know where they are.
Just need to boop them.
Littered in forest. Leave meat out. They'll find you. You won't find them.
Excellent.
Can you ask them if the flying pigeons are rideable?
The halfling would also like to know if a similar thing would be possible with the pterodons we saw earlier.
Pterodon. Maybe halfling could ride pterodon. Armored boy over there. Not much so. Be careful. Pterodon's not too far away from Ripperdactyl.
Sure.
We'll be careful.
That doesn't help me much, but thank you for the information. I want to boop the skink, but I'm not doing it.
That's a good choice. All right, so negotiations. Dennis is like, "Get out of here! Leave! We've done our discussions. I don't like these. I'm surprised we haven't gone to full conflict. Jeez." What would the Grand Theogist say now? As they begin leaving and shuffling away, as the Grand Priest waves his little wand around, they leave. They left the point on your map in which a Skaven assault would be taken, and I think that's a good closing point for today's session.
Nice.
And we hear some Bretonian speaking in the background.
Well, I mean, we could do one small trip out, because me and Conrad have ideas.
Yeah, we can do it next time.
Yeah, we can do it next time.
Sorry
That
for
works.
that, guys. I muted too late.
Yeah, no problem.
Episode 2, cracking open some cold ones with the boys.
Yes.
Wow. We should like a freeze frame when you say that.
Yes.
All right, so how'd you guys? I think that would be a pretty good ending to our first session. You guys have made it deeper into the jungle. You've had a few encounters with pterodons, bastillodons, a few skinks, and even begun to do some actual negotiations with them without starting a war, using some cleverly used religious figures to try to convince both the man, and using friendship for helping the skinks earlier, to get this lizardman to be a more gratuitous side. But you may have gotten yourself into a proxy war against Ratman.
True.
I'm pretty sure that we've always been at war with the Skaven before we even realized it. This isn't a big change.
Yeah.
Just wait until like a witch hunter comes and just accuses you, and you're good. There goes your missile resistance.
Also, we haven't
You will
got
have to
anything just yet, and I'm
You will
pretty
have to tell
proud
us more about those ratmen, Conrad.
I mean, I have a plan for dealing with witch hunters.
You have a lot of plans, Conrad. I like that.
I'm a grey wizard.
Yeah.
A morally ambiguous wizard.
I'm basically magic's FBI.
Oh, I don't know that. I'm not familiar with like magic stuff. I'm just a persuasion person, not a magic person.
All right, so after that, how did you guys like the session?
This was great. I loved it.
Very nice one. I like where it's going with these Skaven. That's...
Yeah.
But are they gonna be vampires? That's my question.
Well, you are traveling down the coast, aren't you?
The
Yes,
real
so...
question is, can I boop Skavens now?
Especially if they're pestilence Skaven. I
You.
wouldn't try
Yeah.
and do a plague one.
I mean, you can try.
And yes,
But
that-
I won't save you if you get in trouble for doing that.
Oh, I'm reading the chat now. Falcon really wants us dead.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
he does.
I've seen that. Also, Ducky, great job. I'm really happy you're
Yep.
DM.
Thank you.
You've done great.
Yeah, it was really good.
All right. So we'll be continuing. I will be working on creating custom-made Skaven, because Ratmen don't really exist in the D&D universe. Well, there's were-rats. But let's see how this goes. It might end up being like full conflict. It might end up to be a bunch of negotiations. Let's see how you bring treasures back to the Empire.
Yeah. Thank you very
Yes.
much.
As a-
I'm gonna close
as a
up the
surprise
stream
for-
now, so I'm gonna mute myself, guys, and I'll be back in a second to debrief with you.
All right.
Okay, guys.
So for the
This has been a pleasure hanging out with you guys for this first session. I hope you liked. This new format. We'll be back in 2 weeks. So yeah, thank you very much for your presence. I love you all, and see you soon. Bye bye.